Today in the wood yard, the rest of this pile gets split on the Eastonmade ULTRA. We're going to finish her off. Here we go. The last time that I was here working was a couple days ago, and we were splitting on this big pile that I've got in the background here, you can see. And all I had left to do was this little bit, but we ran out of daylight. So this morning, I'm going to finish it off. So that's the first job. And when I get done with that, then this little bit of wood right here, which is totally dry wood, along with some wood that I have over here, which is totally dry wood, that when I cut it and split it, I've been throwing all this stuff over to the side because it doesn't even need to be dried any further, because when I split it open it was dry as could be. This stuff is very dry right here. I'm going to split that too, but I am going to split it down to very small pieces, like wrist size. I have two customers that want very, very small pieces. They told me, one of the ladies said that she's in her 80s and she has COPD, and she says she can't lift very much, so she asked if I could stack the wood, which is no problem, I'll do that. And she also wants very small pieces so she can lift them very easily, and she says, I just want to have a fire once in a while. She says, I'm not heating with it, so I don't need big pieces. So, and both of the people are paying me extra to split it down smaller. One that they actually offered, they said, if you can split it down smaller, I'll pay you extra, because they just don't want big, huge pieces. I said, well, my pieces are small to begin with, and they said, yep, well, they like them even smaller. So I'm going to probably split them down to where they're like this size or even smaller yet, like maybe even half of that. So like probably like right about like, I can get to it like this size. So real easy to pick up. That's what they want, so that's what they're gonna get. So here we go, we're gonna get going on the splitting right now. Well, I've been splitting along quite nicely, and I'm done with all of the smaller pieces, the ones that are liftable. And because my log lift is not here today, Caden's not working today, I have these big boys to lift, and I decided that I'm going to get out my trusty Fiskars X27 favorite splitting axe, and I'm going to knock some edges off, or at least take a little weight off of them first. So I'm going to whack them a few times. So here we go. Now my goal is not to like split them into a billion pieces. I just want to basically knock a couple of the edges off, just take some weight off so I can lift them up onto the splitter, let the splitter do the work. I don't mind splitting with an axe or splitting them all, it's a lot of work. Oops, almost took the camera out on that one. So yeah, red oak split's pretty easy. If it doesn't have any knots. Oops, got the camera again. Yeah, I'm just taking a little bit of weight off of this bugger. That's all I want to do. So I'll split them down a little bit more. If you just hit the edges, try not to take the whole middle, the whole thing at once. It's pretty easy. Give it a little turn here again. Beautiful day in the wood yard today, I tell you. Sun came out, it's probably 35, 36 degrees. Awesome. No wind. There. There, I just knocked it on to size. Now I'm going to do the rest of them. There, I got them all knocked down to manageable sizes now. Now I can split them. Here we go. The pile that I had before me is now split. I still have more to do though, because I still have this part of the pile that I have to cut up over here. These logs have to be cut up and then split. But the first section I did, and a little bit extra, I got all this stuff done here, so it's a lot of wood, man, as you can see. So I'm just walking down to the other end so you can see how much there is. There, we're down to the other end. There, so yeah, I started down there. So now I'm gonna move the splitter down over this way because I've got some dry stuff right here that I wanna get split. Because this stuff I'm gonna sell right away. I already got 3 orders for tomorrow, and then one or two on Friday. So I think I got 5, maybe even 6 orders. I'm not sure, I'll have to look. But we got orders coming up I gotta get done, so that's what's gonna happen. Here we go again. So as you know, I don't have a tractor or ATV yet, so got to use these. So I'm going to move the splitter out around over here and down that way. This is the hard part because if the ground is very uneven, and if you hit a chunk of wood or something, the splitter does not want to roll. There we go. Come on, baby. Come on. What the heck? Oh, I got a big hole in over here. Yeah, if you get in a low spot or if there's a piece of wood wedging the tire, I don't have the horsepower. I'm only about a 1/2 horsepower engine anyway, so. There. So you'll see when I come by, I went and I got the tongue and put it on here because it moves a lot easier when you can lift and get a little leverage on it. This actually rolls pretty good. Other than if you hit a log, like I hope I don't do here. There. Now for those of you that have small splitters, you know, the homeowner types, the big box store type splitters, you can move them around pretty easy. This is pretty much at the limit of what I can move. I'm not sure. I think this thing weighs like 700 or 800 pounds. I'm not even sure. It's heavy. But by just lifting the tongue like that, it rolls around pretty good. I thought about getting one of the, you know, the ball jacks that you can move around like they use for boats and stuff. And I still might get one, but I've been able to move it pretty much wherever I needed to, but I don't have a lot of snow. If there's 2 guys, it's really easy to move. You just guy on each side and you just go. So if you're thinking about buying a splitter, think about how easy it is going to be to move and if you've got machinery to move it. So if you got a big commercial size splitter, you know, the really big monsters that weigh, you know, 1,500, 2,000 pounds, they are hard to move and you got to have an ATV or a tractor or something like that. But this one I can still move around pretty good all by myself. My little old slow glacier box store splitter, that was easy. I grabbed that one arm and just walk. It was really easy to roll around, but this one's pretty much at the limits of what I can do. But so far it's working out okay. But a tractor is on the way eventually. Here we go, we're gonna do some splitting again. Well folks, the splitting is complete. I got everything that I had cut up to now split. This stuff here is all the dry stuff that's going to be sold right away, and this is what I just split over here. This is also dry stuff I split real small because I have some people that want that. So that's what I did with it, and I covered up the splitter, and that's all I have time for today. So I will be back here tomorrow. I know you're going to be back here tomorrow because it's a fun place to be. And as John Candy said, sorry folks, the park is closed. The moose should have told you up front. Good night, Irene.